Hey YouTube, it's Dawson Rider here with a review of S.H.Figuarts Kamen Rider Stonger. Let's go ahead and jump right into this and check out the packaging. So we have a pretty typical Showa packaging here that we've been following since the Ichigo releases. It's kind of more of a thin packaging with a large amount of it being plastic. So I'm just thinking how stupid this is. Like, oh, I'm sure you really want to know about the packaging, but anyway. You got this picture of Stronger here, which is kind of done in a, well, not kind of, is in a black style with like him drawn in white. The package is mainly black with like some red stripes throughout it. You got a picture of him here on the side, and his name over here. And then on the back, just the poses and stuff you can do with him, which is cool. I just like that we have all these unique Figuarts boxes now, and like how we're keeping with themes with various series, and the Showas get their own kind of style, which I think is just kind of neat. For the collectors, you know, because we collect boxes. So for accessories, he doesn't come with a whole lot. He comes with 4 sets of hands. Really, he's got the fists which are on him. You just kind of have these sort of relaxed, you know, like I'm just chilling at the coffee shop hands. And then you've got like the karate chop or bitch slap hands, depending on the mood. And then you've got these kind of, I'm holding my cell phone hands. They're just kind of like regular grabby-ish hands. And then now you have these effect parts, which are actually 3 pieces, which are like lightning-esque effect parts here. So this is the main piece. I'll do this in a minute when I go over how to do it, but this is the main piece you're going to put on his fist. And then these are 2 pieces that you attach. I believe it's right here. I should make sure I find it. And you just have to line them up correctly. Come on, where is it? I just don't want to break it because this plastic can get awful flimsy. I don't want to break it. I'm trying to be really careful. Okay, you can see right here there's a peg system here. All you do is just line it up and attach them. It's really simple. In fact, the peg is it's a shape, so you can tell you're getting it right. So I don't want to undo it because of all the different like spikes here. They can be a little flimsy, and I don't want to break it. In fact, this one's already showing a little bit stress, so I don't want to mess with that. But so we're gonna show that off in a minute. But you get the idea. There are 3 pieces and you combine them together. I don't want to have another live Figuarts breaking. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. So here we have the figure itself, checking out the sculpt. I think they did a pretty good job on it. His helmet's rather well done. Obviously, this being the older styles, their helmets weren't as fancy as they were, but they captured that pretty well with his green eyes with a bunch of little, you know, dots in it. Or you could see before they had compound eyes, so they did that pretty well. The antennas here also have a really nice paint job on them, with this sort of, for lack of a better word, worn look. It's like red, and then you've got like these little greenish speckles throughout them, and they do a really good job of representing that. And they got their portions on his head right too, so they overall just did a good job. And then of course you got his chest piece here, which is just got this S here, and it's just kind of big and inner tube of life. What's with this guy in the life preserver? Dork thinks he's gonna drown. I don't know. I feel like making that reference. But it all looks very good. I like the material they use on this guy and the other Showas that kind of does a good job of evoking the way their suits look. All the paint on the arms and stuff is nice as usual. No real mistakes. This belt here looks nice. They did a good job on the coloring. I know, okay, now you have this skirt thing here. I know this isn't a skirt. I said it in V3 and everyone's like, it's not a skirt. It was a joke, people. If you watch any of my reviews, you know that I like to joke around. And I'm just saying, I know it's part of his shirt, but it does look like a skirt, which hides his vag quite nicely. Which is a joke I was making when we first saw, like, production pictures of this, is it looks kind of like a vag. But actually, it's not as noticeable as V3's now. They must have fixed it. Okay, but as you can see, you just got the rest of the legs nicely painted. No paint mistakes or anything on mine. Here's the back, not a whole lot to tell, just more red and black colors. Here's the scarf that he also comes with. He just comes with this one. There's a hole in his neck and you just place this in. And then you can maneuver it any which way you want, and it is pretty secure in my opinion. So articulation wise, we have the typical ball joint here for great all-around movement at the shoulder. The swivel joint here, the double elbow joint. Swiveling at the fist. And then you do have swiveling at the waist and the chest. Nice 360 ball joint here on his leg, and I just popped it right off. I think his kneecap left too. The leg articulation is hindered slightly by this, but not very much because it gives pretty good leeway. You do have swiveling, unless I already showed that. Damn, kneecap, jeez. Double knee joint here. swiveling here at the foot, and then you have the bendy toe action. So standard articulation, I think is pretty much used in the Ichigo V3-ish mold. But no loose joint problems, which is always a plus. So that makes me happy. So now we are going to put on his effect part, so just bear with me here. What we're going to want to do is take this piece out here, and now we're going to place this over it, and then put the fist back. This might take a second, just to make sure it grasps, because you have less space now. So now you got that, and now here we have the other piece. And you'll see here, which is a great way of showing how you do the other one. Sorry, my fingernails are kind of long, I really need to cut them. This got a shape piece here, and you just line it up right here. Okay, so we got it all on, and he is ready to punch people with the fist of electricity. He's all like, I want to be just like Cole McGrath. So that is very cool. It's a really nice effect part, a nice touch that they gave it. It's kind of a nice change from the Ichigo Nigo, where you have the kicking effect part, but it doesn't come with a stand. And even though I have a bunch of them, I just think it's funny that you can't really display it unless you have a stand. But this one you can just go ahead and display, which is really nice, and it doesn't take up that much room. So hopefully I'll just be able to keep it like that. So it's a really nice little feature. So overall, I really enjoy this figure. I think it's really nice. They did a good job on it. Nice paint job. They did a good job on the sculpt. There's no QC issues really, no loose legs or anything like that, no paint splotches. It's got a neat little effect part to use. It's overall just a very solid figure art release, and I'm very pleased with it. It'll fit in nicely with my other Showa figures. So if you are a huge Showa era fan or a stronger fan, I don't think you'll be disappointed in this at all. It is a very solid figure. They did a pretty decent job on it. So I believe that is all we have to cover today, so make sure you check out RidersRangersandRambles.com for Toku news in the craziest way possible. Till next time, it's Dawson Rider, signing out.